Before you continue watching, I need you to focus, because what you're about to hear is not just a story. It's based on real cases, files that were locked away, stories that many try to forget, and events that, to this day, remain unexplained. This is not fiction. This is not imagination. These are the Warren files. So turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and listen carefully. Because once you step into this story, you might start seeing things differently. Prologue: Beyond the Canvas. Before the movies, before the fame, there was a man with a paintbrush and a woman with a rare, extraordinary gift. Ed Warren, a World War II veteran and self-taught demonologist, did not begin his life confronting demons. He began by observing them. Ed would sit for hours outside so-called haunted houses, sketching shadows that seemed to move with a life of their own. Sometimes the shadows appeared distorted, stretched unnaturally across walls and floors. Occasionally, Ed's pencil would tremble, capturing a shape that seemed impossible, yet undeniably present. Lorraine Warren, quiet yet piercing in her perception, would then enter these spaces. She could sense energy lingering in the air, read emotions and intentions, and feel the residual imprint of past events. Together, they founded the NESPR in 1952, the oldest paranormal research organization in America. Their mission was not to chase ghosts for fame or profit. They were there to document the unseen, to study the dark corners of reality that most people refuse to acknowledge. The Annabelle Deception, 1970. It began with an ordinary gift, a Raggedy Ann doll for a young girl named Donna. At first it seemed harmless, a soft doll with yarn hair and button eyes, but soon small, unsettling events began to occur. The first signs: the doll would move on its own. Sometimes Donna left it on the bed, only to find it sitting on the couch the next morning. Doors that were locked would later be found open. Whispers, faint and almost playful, seemed to drift through the house at night. Escalation. Notes appeared on pieces of parchment paper that Donna did not own. Words like "help us" or "we need love" were written in childlike handwriting, chilling in their innocence. The girls began to feel watched, and an invisible tension filled the house. The fatal mistake. A medium assured the family that the spirit was the innocent ghost of a young girl named Annabelle Higgins, simply seeking affection. Trusting this advice, the girls allowed the doll to remain, unknowingly inviting a dark entity into their home. When Ed and Lorraine arrived, they immediately sensed malice in the air. Lorraine described the energy around the doll as heavy, oppressive, almost like a cold weight pressing against the chest. Ed explained that spirits do not possess objects, they infest them, creating a false sense of safety before targeting a host. Investigation and containment. The Warrens spent weeks documenting and observing the doll. Ed sketched the shadows that seemed to cling to it, while Lorraine read the presence, describing a demonic energy that constantly tested the boundaries of its containment. Finally, the doll was secured in a specially consecrated box, which would remain in the Warrens' occult museum for decades. This case became a lesson. Evil can hide in the most innocent forms, and trusting unverified spiritual guidance can have horrifying consequences. The horror. At 112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville, 1976. The Amityville case is among the most infamous in paranormal history. After Ronald DeFeo Jr. murdered his family, the Lutz family moved into 112 Ocean Avenue, unaware of the lingering darkness. Within 28 days, they fled in terror. Oppressive atmosphere. Lorraine described the house as corrupted, not merely haunted. Shadows moved of their own accord. Rooms seemed to breathe with despair. During seances, she was physically drained for days. The air was thick, heavy, filled with a palpable sense of hopelessness. Photographic evidence. Hundreds of photos were taken during the investigation. One image stood out. A young boy, eyes glowing, staring from a doorway. The Warrens interpreted this as the residual energy of the youngest DeFeo child, trapped in a cycle of anguish and unfinished trauma. Daily torment. The Lutz family experienced cold spots, furniture shifting violently, doors slamming, and disembodied voices. Each moment was psychologically and physically exhausting. Lorraine's readings and prayers were the only buffer between the family and the house's escalating malevolence. The Mortuary Secrets, the Snedeker House, 1980s. In the 1980s, the Snedeker family moved into a former funeral home, unaware of the atrocities that had occurred there. The basement retained embalming tables, drainage pipes, and tools used in dark rituals. The corruption. Ed discovered that previous owners had committed acts of necrophilia and black magic. These horrors had infected the house, manifesting as physical assaults, scratches, and psychological torment for the living family. Investigation. The Warrens documented the activity meticulously. Lorraine described a darkness rooted in the soil itself, feeding on the misdeeds of the past. It became clear that the evil had taken physical form, attacking the family relentlessly. Cleansing. Weeks of prayers, rituals, and exorcisms were required to make the home safe again. Though the physical manifestations ceased, the house would forever bear the scars of its horrific history. The Museum of Shadows. The Warrens' legacy is preserved in Monroe, Connecticut at the Occult Museum, housing thousands of cursed objects. The Shadow Doll, known to visit sleeping visitors, leaving them in terror. The Conjuring Mirror, used in black magic to summon entities, radiating a chilling, palpable dread. Ed's warning. Do not touch. The vessel is just the house. The evil is the guest that never leaves. Each object carries a story of horror, a warning of unseen forces that linger just beyond the edge of perception. The Eternal Watch Ed passed in 2006, Lorraine in 2019. Yet their files endure, a testament to a life spent exploring the darkness. They taught the world that the most dangerous thing in the dark isn't what we see, it's what we refuse to believe. I am Shadow of Tales. We hunt the truth within shadows. Are you ready for the next file?